How real estate agents are trying to keep the housing bubble alive. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. As a California licensed real estate agent in a red-hot, euphoric Southern California market, I've been living in the Wild West. I just witnessed buyer euphoria, drink the real estate punch, herd mentality at its highest levels. We have never seen this type of market before. The dust needs to settle. We need to pay the piper for the amount of stimulus that was just produced out of thin air. We have never seen this type of real estate market ever, and that alone should be a very, very big warning sign. I wasn't willing to continue to walk first-time home buyers or anybody that was willing to spend their life savings for a down payment and then have one blip in their income or the economy send them into a tailspin. I sleep much better at night, sacrificing the sale at this time if I have to. And that's what we've been doing. So before we get into this red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And please hit the bell icon so you're notified when future videos come out. These are very, very sensitive times. You need to stay close to the channel. Please, please do so. So here's the thing, folks. Before we can understand why and how realtors are basically doing their best to continue to pump up this current market and try to get as much buyer euphoria created, we have to understand what a normal market was pre-pandemic. And so one of the things, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek inside the cutthroat, dirty world, or the dirty side rather, of real estate. Now again, I love real estate. It has given me a lot in my life. I would do it for free. But the reality is just like any other industry, there is a lot of shenanigans that go on behind the scenes. And while we have some amazing, amazing real estate agents, there are a lot that maybe are not so amazing. You know, we as a real estate agent, from the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, I have to operate under certain guidelines. If I violate these guidelines, I can actually lose my real estate license. Many realtors have lost their license for violating these guidelines, whether it's ethics or steering or there's so many different things that you can do to violate the code of ethics or your obligation as a realtor. So one of the things I see is a little bit wobbly right now. As somebody who gets inter-agent emails from all the members of the multiple listing service, we've seen a complete shift from buyer need postings to now new listing, back on market, and price change notifications. A clear shift has occurred. So one of the things I'm seeing currently is real estate agents advertising that they're going to have an open house, because we can do open houses again. You probably knew that. And so I just saw an agent post that they were going to have their open house Saturday from noon to 1 p.m. 1 hour. You have 1 hour to get inside this house. You see, these spoiled agents were used to, and I was one of them, I had people buy houses sight unseen, waive contingencies and inspections, unprecedented. Never have seen that before. I mean, come on, folks. Typically, if you're going to make the biggest purchase of your life, are you going to do it without setting foot in the property and not even having an inspection done on the property so you can make sure there's not asbestos or black mold or a broken foundation or a collapsing roof or termites? That's why we do termite inspections. That's why we do general inspections, so we can see the health of the property. Those have been waived. And so these agents now think it's okay. And again, normal market, pre-pandemic, and I've held countless. I can't even count how many open houses that I've held. And for my seller, if you're my owner and I'm selling your house, I'm going to do open houses every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, from noon to 4 p.m., 4 hours, and I'm going to set up before, I'm going to tear down after. It's an all-day job, right? All day. I'm going to do that until we get you sold. Well, in today's market, what we're seeing is agents become used to not even having to do open houses. Like I said, I had just, during the pandemic, before I tapped out and came to YouTube and said, I won't do this anymore, I had a buyer buy a house I never met him face to face, never met the person. Did it all remotely. And that's fine if you're Daddy Warbucks and we have a relationship for a long time and we've known each other for years and we've done other deals and you trust me That's a different story. But this person didn't know me from Adam. And we did this. Now, again, this was, it worked out in this case, but there's many cases where, and just, again, folks, as much as I'd love to just sit back and be able to do deals from my smartphone, hanging out at the beach, that is not the way I was trained. I was trained to go out and provide a service and do it ethically. And so now what's kind of rubbed me the wrong way is when I see an agent say they're going to have their open house for 1 hour. I mean, why? I mean, that's just insane. And what my thought is if I put, because I'm thinking, okay, if I'm going to advertise, instead I'm going to do a normal open house, I'm only going to do it for 1 day. It's because I'm spoiled and I don't want to be there anyway. So I'm just going to show up for an hour or have one of my assistants go just hold it open. And what's going to happen is all the available buyers that are still in the market are going to come and see each other on the property, and just put yourself in that position. If you show up and there's 20 other people there, or 10 other people, or even 5 other people, they're walking the house, you're like, honey, look, there's other people interested in this house. Tell the agent, we're willing to write, 10, 20, 30% over asking price. It's trying to create seller panic. Shame, shame, shame on you agents. Hold your open houses. We can hold open houses unless we're told we can't hold open houses. Hold a normal open house. Hold it for enough time for people to flow through properly and be able to see this house. This is the reason the housing market is so jacked up right now, is because we become used to operating like this now. And guess what, agents? It's going to change. I hope you know how to sell in a downed market, because you're about to visit one of those. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next month, but it will be at some point. Having lived through the last housing bubble and had to let one of my houses go, it was no fun. And you see, a lot of agents never had to deal with that. They only know this market. Can you imagine if you were a newly licensed agent and this is the market you walked into? Well, wow. What a cool thing that would be, right? But guess what? The real estate market cycles. We have traditionally, historically, crashes occur. And this pandemic has produced everything needed to produce one. Make no mistake about it. When you have people can't be evicted and landlords not paying their mortgages and then banks unable to foreclose, that has never been seen before that I'm aware of, and that is nothing normal there. And then when the government doesn't know how to end the program, so they continue to just extend until they can figure out, and now what way I think we're doing is we're going to slowly stagger each fiscal cliff out rather than have it, boom, all hit at once. You can't do that. It would be catastrophic. For me, folks, I just really want to sound the alarm for you people and let you understand, as an agent, this is not normal. It's not normal to sell a house without being able to show the house. It's not normal to sell the house and only do one open house for an hour. It's not, none of that is normal. And we're going to see a normal market return. It's going to get to the point where agents are going to have to work a little harder than they're working now to sell houses. The biggest challenge for real estate agents right now is having buyers and no sellers. We would much prefer to have sellers than buyers, because when all we have to do is, get photos done of the house, open up the house, do some open houses, collect offers, review them with our owners, that's great. But when you have buyers right now and you're trying to get them to see properties, get them to commit to an offer, then try to tell them what kind of offer they have to write in order to even have a chance. It's hard stuff. It was really hard stuff to be able to come to you and say, hey, listen, how much do you like this house? Our offer needs to reflect it. How much over asking price are you willing to write? Are you willing to waive contingencies? Are you willing to waive appraisals? Do you have any savings? Can you access any equity lines of credit, or rather personal lines of credit? Can you find cash? Can you borrow money? That's what we just saw. Folks, not cool. I'm not, that's again why I came to YouTube. Even in a normal market, I don't want to see anybody do that. Now, again, I always say this. You don't get in trouble when you buy at the wrong time. You get in trouble when you sell at the wrong time. Real estate is designed to be held, not flipped, and speculated and make a quick buck. It's just not designed for that. It's the real estate I have now, it was investment property that I held for many years, and now it's performing well and it can withstand almost any market. Now, because what I call loan to value, I owe very little on the property and its value is very high. But it doesn't matter what its value does, because as long as the rent continues to be consistent, then it's income property. So you should be way more concerned about owning income property instead of your own property. I always say I'd live in a shoebox for a little while and scoop up some investment properties, and then later on down the road, then get into that property. Very fortunate today. Like I said, I had to shrink for many years and live on a shoestring budget. I know what that's like. So now, because I do have the ability to live bigger, I don't necessarily live super big because I conditioned myself to live small where necessary. And I'm reaping the benefits now. And that's my goal. I know for me to maintain my wealth, I have to make you wealthy. And if coming and giving you straight talk or temperature checks or heat maps of the industry or exposing the industry or just simply saying, this is not a normal market, please be careful in this time. If you're a first-time home buyer or whatever, don't go all in. Do not spend your life savings. Please insulate yourself at these times. Cash still has tremendous, tremendous value. I know we have a little pent-up demand to get out and enjoy ourselves, and we may have a little extra wealth at these times, which makes us feel like, we can go out and go a little crazy. I really would just get out, have fun, but don't go crazy quite yet. Let's kind of watch and see how these fiscal cliffs that are now ending here and will continue to end over these next few months. And again, the real estate market's not the stock market. It can't crash in one day. It takes a little while. So, just please continue to watch. We're going to do this together. I'm going to do my best to just turn on the mic and go. I don't edit my videos, clip them all up until I manufacture it in a robot giving you some bubblegum real estate. You don't need bubblegum real estate. Clearly, the channel has responded. I've noticed that this channel outperforms other channels with a much bigger subscription count, and it's because I'm not trying to spin the market, folks. I don't care about making the commission right now. I'm fine. My job is to help people. That should be every realtor's job, to help people. If you help people and puts, I've just donated a part of my commission to a first-time home buyer. That's what we do. We have to help people. And, again, I just can't urge you enough to please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos come out. We have some tricky things to go through, but we're going to do it together, and we're going to continue to just be ready for anything. Hope for the best, expect the worst. And, that as long as we're prepared, we're going to be fine. Failing to plan is planning to fail. You got to have a plan, and your plan right now is to retain as much cash reserves as possible and just be very, very, very careful for these next several months. We're going to heat map this and stay ahead of the curve. That's my commitment to you. So thanks for watching today. Go make it count, and we'll see you on the next video.